Travis Hunter seems to no longer need Shedeur Sanders, while Coach Prime's son suffers from loneliness at the Browns. Hunter's unparalleled haul of awards and national attention now dominates Colorado Buffalo's legacy hall. The Colorado Buffaloes have etched the names of two of their brightest stars into program history, retiring the jerseys of Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders during the April 19th spring game at Folsom Field. With this rare honor, both players joined the likes of Rashaan Salaam, Byron White, and Bobby Anderson in the upper echelon of Buffalo's legends. But the latest updates to the program's legacy hall show that even among the elite, one name now stands taller. Hunter and Sanders only spent 2 seasons in Boulder, but their impact was undeniable. They brought Colorado football back into the national spotlight under head coach Deion Sanders, who also happens to be Shedeur's father. Their contributions were widely celebrated by fans, coaches, and the university alike. Still, as the university unveiled its newly renovated legacy hall, it became apparent that one legacy had already begun to overshadow the other. On Instagram, the program proudly shared the unveiling with a message: 2 new legends. 1 historic hall. Welcome to Legacy Hall, Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders. But inside the facility, Hunter's section of the exhibit is the true showstopper. Trophies, plaques, and even a newly installed pedestal for the Heisman Trophy dominate his display. Hunter became just the second Colorado player to win the Heisman, following in the footsteps of Salaam, who earned the honor 3 decades earlier. Creative director Brent DePapa confirmed the extent of the upgrades to Legacy Hall, writing, 8 new trophies added, baby. 1 additional Heisman Trophy pedestal and a 25-foot countertop extension. Tough but fun project. Thank you, Travis and Shedeur. Plus, some nicely upgraded plaques for our existing Colorado football legends. #GoBuffs. Yet even with DePapa's praise for both players, the physical layout tells its own story. Hunter's awards stretch across the space, celebrating a Heisman winner who changed the face of college football. Shedeur's achievements, though significant, are presented with less fanfare. This discrepancy may stem from the nature of their success. Hunter was a headline-grabbing force on the field, playing both offense and defense at a level rarely seen in modern college football. Sanders, while highly efficient and record-breaking, played a more traditional quarterback role. The training camp heat pressed down heavy on Berea, Ohio, where the Cleveland Browns were grinding through preseason routines. Inside the weight room, the clank of iron mixed with music, whistles, and shouted reps. But amid the camaraderie, energy, and buzz, one player stood isolated in silence: Shedeur Sanders. Once the golden boy of Boulder, Shedeur had stepped into the NFL with the weight of a legacy on his shoulders. Coach Prime's son, the face of the Colorado resurgence, and the quarterback many believed would redefine swagger at the pro level. But now, with his throws scrutinized and his reps limited behind Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel, he seemed like a prince without a throne. Worse still, the person who used to always be by his side, Travis Hunter, had found a new rhythm without him. Across the country, the Atlanta Falcons training camp had become a media frenzy, not just for their quarterback battle, but for the meteoric rise of one Travis Hunter. Since being drafted by the Falcons, Hunter had become the breakout star of camp. His two-way ability, corner and receiver, was turning heads, and some analysts were already comparing him to Charles Woodson with Deion-like flair. Reporters constantly asked him about Shedeur. "Y'all still keep in touch? Do you miss catching passes from him? What about those Colorado days? Do you wish he was here?" But Travis just smiled, cool and collected. "Shedeur's doing his thing," he said. "I'm doing mine. That's how the league works." It wasn't cold. It wasn't shade. But it wasn't the brotherhood they had once promised would last forever. Back in Cleveland, Shedeur was watching the clip on his phone. Again, Travis leaping over a corner in Falcons red, snagging a one-handed catch in the end zone. Fans went wild. Even Patrick Mahomes reposted it with fire emojis. Shedeur flipped the phone over and stared at the locker room wall. The loneliness was creeping in now, more persistent than any blitz. The NFL had humbled him quickly. His name still carried weight, but here, performance reigned. Gabriel had bonded with the second stringers, Pickett had embraced the media storm, and even Joe Flacco, now an assistant QB coach, seemed to connect better with the team than Shedeur did. Coach Stefanski kept it professional. "You'll get your reps," he'd said. "Be patient." But patience wasn't Shedeur's strength. At Colorado, he and Travis had run the show. Coach Prime had made sure of that. Now, Shedeur was on his own, And Prime was miles away dealing with a Buffaloes team that had already moved on, grooming a new QB and finding a new star wideout. Some freshman phenom already being dubbed the next Travis. That night, Shedeur sat alone in his apartment. Lights low, playbook open, mind drifting. A FaceTime call popped up. "Dad." Coach Prime's familiar face filled the screen, bright smile and all. "Hey boy," Prime said. "How's the grind?" Shedeur forced a smirk. "It's all right." Prime's eyes narrowed. He knew that tone. "Shedeur, talk to me." Shedeur hesitated, then sighed. "I thought this would feel different, you know? Like I'd come in and just ball. But out here, no one cares about college hype. And Travis, he don't even check in anymore." Prime didn't flinch. "Son, that's the league. It don't care about friendships. It don't care about your last name. It don't even care about your potential. It's only about production." "But we were supposed to make it together," Shedeur muttered. Prime nodded. "You did for a time. But Travis? He's got his own mountain to climb. And so do you. You think loneliness is a curse, but it's a mirror. Shows you what you're really made of when no one's there to hype you up." There was silence. "Get in the playbook. Earn your voice. And remember, being lonely don't mean you're alone. You still got me." Click. The call ended. The next morning, Shedeur showed up early. Earlier than anyone else. He studied film. He worked routes with practice squad receivers. And when his limited reps came, he took command, sharp, focused vocal. And something changed. Dylan Gabriel tossed him a fist bump. Joe Flacco gave a nod. Even some fans at camp started chanting his name when he walked past the stands. He wasn't Coach Prime's son out here anymore. He was just a quarterback trying to prove himself, trying to earn every inch. Meanwhile, Travis Hunter was dazzling in Atlanta, his social media blowing up with highlight after highlight. But in a rare post-game presser, after snagging 2 interceptions and a TD in a scrimmage, someone asked him about Shedeur again. Travis paused this time. "Shedeur's got that dog in him," he finally said. "We might not be side by side right now, but I know he's going to remind everyone why he belongs. Just wait."